Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you like this video. With that, let's get into it. The moment the alarm clock rang, two heads popped up from their pillows. One bare-headed, and the other the size of a penny. You felt around for your phone to swipe the alarm off, while a tiny Barbie clock prop was tossed from your dresser. You groaned, just lying in bed for a moment longer, trying to prep yourself up and out of the bed. You tilted your head to the side to see Izuku kicking off his own covers, arms outstretched high above his head. Owlish emerald eyes flutter open to meet yours, and a bright smile stretched across his tiny features. He leaps out of his miniature bed you'd made for him and pushes the ruler off the edge to fork a branch from your dresser to your bed, sliding down the ruler before leaping onto your extended hand. "Morning, Izuku," you cooed, cradling his fairy-sized body to your warm cheek, where he peppered butterfly kisses all the way to your nose. "Good morning, YN. I missed you," the small human chirped, crawling from between your fingers to perch himself on your chest, resting his elbows on your chin and his own on his palms. "I've been right next to you the entire night," you chuckled, kicking the sheets off your legs and sitting upright, cupping a hand around his body to keep him from tumbling off. I know, but still, you were so far away," Izuku lamented. You pressed your soft lips to the side of his face as you trotted into the kitchen, placing him down onto a counter as you started to prepare breakfast. "I can always move the dresser closer," you offered. "Or would you skin the eggs or French toast?" "Well, Izuku twiddled his thumbs and tapped his pointer finger together, shifting around in his bunny-printed pajamas. "I would prefer to sleep with you, like before." You stopped whisking for a moment to blink at the tiny man on your countertop, eyes softening when you saw that familiar puppy dog-eyed look. You remembered when you first found the poor thing outside in the rain. His left leg and arm were completely broken, and his entire body shivering from the cold and his injuries. You had let him sleep bundled in cloth napkins close to your chest for a month, allowing your heartbeat to shoot the skittish little thing. It seems you had spoiled him just a little too much, and now he was like a child that wouldn't sleep in his own bed anymore. "Oh? I thought you wanted your own space," you poked fun, remembering his timid request for a place for him to have some independence, somewhere he didn't need your help getting to. "Well, I did, but I've changed my mind," Izuku whined, climbing up the mason jar of honey and yanking on the string attached to the middle lid until it popped off, nearly throwing him over the lip of the jar in the process. "Where's the honey dipper?" To your left, you reminded him, and he owed before reaching for the maple wooden utensil. Meanwhile, You were dipping the toast in the egg and throwing them into a hot, buttered pan, making the unfortunate of taking your eyes off your tiny sweetheart for a minute or two. The moment you heard the yelp and the sound of the dipper dumping onto the counter, your eyes tore away from breakfast into the honey jar where Izuku was slowly sinking into the thick liquid, trying his best to swim out. "Izuku! Oh my gosh!" you exclaimed, nearly tossing the spatula across the kitchen in fear of shoving 3 fingers into the jar to take a hold of his collar and lift him out with a pool of honey. "You have to be more careful, honey bun. You could have drowned had I not seen you quick enough." Izuku spat out a stream of honey, arms and head shaking, as if to somehow fling the sticky substance away from his body. It caked his hair and pajamas, sticking to everything, like glue and soap mixed into one. "Sorry, I slipped." "Oh, what am I going to do with you, Izuku?" You sighed sadly, eyes flickering to the French toast sizzling away in the pan, before pulling out the shower dish and squirting some dish soap into it. He filled it halfway with water and bubbles before sitting it on the counter near the sink. "Come on, get stripping. Let's get you cleaned up before breakfast." Izuku timidly approached the makeshift tub, fingers on the chin of his shirt. He looked over his shoulder and waved his hand as if to shoo you. "Don't look." Fine, not looking." You giggled, returning your focus to plating your French toast. As you were drizzling the honey and covering it in powdered sugar, you heard a few frustrated whines. Resisting the urge to look out of respect, you called over to him. "Are you doing alright, Izuku? It's not coming out of my hair." The doll-sized green at sight, sounding defeated, as his hand scratched at his curls, to no avail. Can you help me, please?" he blurted. "Are you covered?" He looks down to find his lower half submerged in bubbles and squeaks out an affirmative. You click off the burner and scurried over to help him scrub the thick honey from his hair as gently as you could, not wanting to take any chunks of curls with the liquid. Izuku sat up, straight as a board, humming every now and then as he worked the honey from his mouth. "Alright, tiny dancer. I think you're all good to go. I'll go get you a change of clothes, but go ahead and dry off, alright?" You pressed another sweet kiss to his small cheek and went to go find him some clothes that weren't drenched in honey. Later, working from home was quite possibly the best decision you've ever made. Even on those long days of sitting hunched over your computer, filling out paperwork and order forms, you reminded yourself how lucky you were to be able to work while still keeping a watchful eye on your tiny boyfriend. Currently, the tiny soldier was snooping around the house in his Barbie Jeep, second only to his toy Ferrari that lost the wheel underneath the couch the other day that he refuses to let you get from. So you don't hurt yourself moving the huge dangerous couch on your own. You snorted when you saw his bright pink toy Jeep drift around the corner, a Barbie in the passenger seat, and 2 beanie babies in the back, as he drove beneath your desk and parked right beneath your chair. You felt the familiar feeling of someone climbing up your leg, something you had finally gotten used to after a month of almost crushing him, thinking he was a bug, before a head of green hair pops up over your knee and a smiling Izuku crawls in your lap. You take a sip of your tea and place it in your lap, so you can hang on to the saucer and be lifted into the desk. "Hello, Anne. Is work going okay?" Izuku asked, hopping off the saucer and sitting down at his own miniature desk in the tiny office he'd made from doll furniture and little notebooks and supplies you'd bought for him to use. Boring. Numbers, currents, you know the drill. "Good to see you though, cutie," you praised, patting his hair with a fingertip and pooping his sunny red nose. He scrunched it up and twitched much like a rabbit's would, the freckles dotting his full cheeks, only making the display even more adorable. "Why, Anne, I told you, that name is embarrassing," Izuku whined, cheeks blazing a bright red, as he hovered over his open composition notebook. The tiny sketch of the two of you, both the same size, clipping a bit together covering 2 pages. He dipped the tiniest of fountain pens into an equally small inkwell and went in to add detail to your beautiful sleeping face that you totally didn't admire sometimes when you thought he was snoozing off. "I speak only the truth, honey boy," he teased, having been referencing the honey incident from this morning all day, just to see him turn red and poor. "And it's that adorable face of yours that convinced me to let you sleep with me tonight. So, I wouldn't really start complaining now." "Really? You mean that?" Izuku lit up with that sunshine expression you loved so much. In his excitement, he had moved further away from his desk to sit on his knees in his chair, eyes wide and hopeful, journal wide open, and his gorgeous drawing of you on display. It made your heart squeeze at the thought of him wanting so badly to be your size. "Please don't say you're joking, baby." And there was the puppy dog eyes again, locked, loaded, and ready to charm, as always. "Of course I'm not. I miss being able to hold you too. To be honest, I felt lonelier when you left to sleep in your own bed, tiny dancer." You admitted, fingertips brushing a soft cheek, and you leaned into a soft affectionate gesture, kissing the tip of your finger. "Thank you. Also, why, Anne?" Izuku asked, now perched on your shoulder as your fingers tapped away at the keyboard. You hummed in response, only half listening as you talked to a client. "Can we, maybe..." Izuku tapped his pointed fingers again. "Can we get the limited edition All Might Hot Wheels I saw on TV?" You huffed, nodding, and pressing a soft kiss to his hair. He really was the cutest. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.